Okay, I don't know how much of this that we'll be able to put up with, because it is mostly just watching an egg sit there. But this is baby's getting ready to hatch. He's been pipping along from the top. You can see the breathing, and has been making a little line, and he takes a break, and then he squiggles again and he peeps. If I can get that thing out of the way a little bit. While we're waiting, this is a Brinzy incubator, which I love. It's a mini. It only holds 7 chicken eggs, and but it's a good little incubator. It's well done, and I've not had any problems at all with it. It just performs like a champ. This is only the second hatch. But it's doing really well. I love watching their breathing. The one that hatched one of them that hatched a couple weeks ago, at some point a foot stuck out. It's like they're just ready to straighten up. They're tired of being all squinched up there. And so looking at this little zip line, this bird just stuck its foot out. And then stuck it back in and stuck it out. And eventually they're trying to stand up straight in the egg. Think if you're in the fetal position and you have some kind of covering over you that's tight, and eventually you decide that you want to stretch out straight, and in doing that you break off that tight shell. Just what baby is doing now. It's only been 3 minutes, but it seems like an eternity. Come on, baby. Look at that breathing. Ooh. If I can back a little bit out. There we go. Come on, baby, you can do it. The color doesn't show up real well on film, but this is a blue egg laid by my little silver Easter egger. She's considered a blue, but she's silver, gray. And she lays these pretty little blue eggs. So I expect that the father is an I am Samani, so he's all black, And so it'll be interesting to see. One of the babies that hatched yesterday looks a lot like her mom, and the other one that hatched looks a lot like his dad. And I use gender rather fluidly because I really don't know the gender. But if it looks like the dad, then it must be a boy. And so I think they're all girls in my head until they hatch and I see what they look like. But I'm imagining this whole batch are going to be, at least their down is going to be black. And when they come out, they're all wet and slimy. So just like just about any other baby that's born, you need some liquid in there to make sure you don't stick. Come on, baby. And then you'll get tired. Ooh, I can see movement in the shell, like the shell's starting to crack open like a door. And I move around. This darn upright is in the way. There we go. Oh, there we are. And they come out all like I said, slimy and helpless. And exhausted. You can see that little yellow spot just a little bit above his foot. That looks like it's the remainder of the yolk sac. So the yolk is the food for the baby while it's in there, because it's not like it has a placenta attached to its mother. It has to be all self-contained. So they absorb that yolk sac, and it isn't until it's absorbed or mostly absorbed that the baby wants to hatch. But this one has got its father's coloring. You can see its little comb there, kind of on top of its beak. And hey, baby. And it's black, so it's going to be colored like his father. So the struggle will go on for a while, and baby will get its legs under it and will dry off and poof up into typical, baby chick look. But for the next 45 minutes or an hour, it's gonna be pretty comically like a drunk sailor. His little eyes are open. Their eyes are open when they're born. So chicken chicks are much different than, like, say, songbird chicks, where they're in a nest and they're pretty much, naked, helpless little embryos with their eyes closed, and all they can do is eat poop. Birds that primarily live on the ground got to get up and moving pretty quick, or else they become lunch. So welcome to the world, little baby. Glad I caught it. And I'll post some pictures. I posted one of the egg on Instagram, You could check out my Instagram at koikoi57. That's COYKOI57. And I put some photographs up there. I think that's all for now. Come on, baby. Oh. I keep wanting to switch off, but then he does something. Whoop. Yep, drunk sailor. Thanks, guys.